Let's hear what RPR has to say on the whole situation.
I think this will go down in history as one of the biggest fuck-ups a fucking company has ever done. By far. Not only have they hurt other livers, they hurt themselves, they hurt their company, their image. And just like for me as a friend, the biggest issue in that post is the lack of concern for her well-being. They know that she just went through
I
what
like
she
how
was
there's subtitles on some things that he says and not all of it. That's actually, I think that's better for me as a millennial.
hospitalized for. And the post, the 3-page post they've put in has no concern for her well-being or life at all. The only concern is their reputation. I haven't seen a single concern for her mental health, for her life, for her well-being. Not 1 ounce. That's what pisses me off. No, it's just like, I'm just thinking about it, chat. They could have handled that so much better. This whole thing would have been avoided. All of the livers should have not have been thrown under the bus. None of them should be getting...
Bro, they keep throwing them under the bus. Like every termination, every single time the letter has been throwing the person being terminated under the bus. And then even after they're terminated, like for example, the Zion situation, people in the company then went and talked bad about the person that was let go. And they constantly made it seem like I checked out the situation. I do think it was like part her fault, but it was mostly she was making mistakes. Mistakes that could have been prevented, I think, if she asked before she tried something. But besides that, it's like you don't really need to have the livers say, hey, we tried. Hey, she didn't listen to us. Blah blah blah. Like it's like kicking a horse. It's like beating a dead horse. It's unnecessary.
Getting hate, and now they're getting all this hate for no fucking reason. All so avoidable, man. They had so many chances to take it. They had so many chances to just avoid this shit, and they've chosen that. I'm just disgusted. My biggest concern here is the human life that was almost lost. I don't give a fuck about the inner workings of the company and what is going on. My biggest concern and my biggest...
Well, that's not good because, I mean, yes, a life was almost lost, but you guys got to remember, in companies like this, unfortunately, that's normal. It is a black company. People do die in black companies all over time. I think because you guys are so dedicated to Doki, which is, you know, it's fine, it's whatever, right? It's human nature once you get to know somebody to then care about them. But you guys got to think way deeper and past the... If one person was willing to do it, who else do you think is willing to do it? And right now, Nijisanji, the people that are there are under attack and they're stressed. What about them? What happens when they feel like there's nowhere to go? Because you guys are dogpiling them really, really hard right now. Some people are dogpiling livers that may not have anything to do with it, like the new wave. Like they don't have anything to do with this. I don't think they should get hate at all. And I don't think they should get hated that they still work at the company at all. Like they just got the job, right? It's a tricky situation. I think if you guys don't open your mind at least a little bit more, you guys might inevitably cause more harm than good. Because yeah, sink the ship, sink the ship. What about the people that still work there? And I get it, you guys want to hurt their numbers. Like they've already done everything they needed to do. At this point, you guys could relax a bit. A little bit. And look, I get it. A life was almost lost. But what happens when more lives are also at stake? What then? Everyone can always say this person almost died. What about the person that might die tomorrow that we don't know about? If you're going to care, at least care all the way. Okay, don't just stop at one person because they almost did something. What about people that might do something? You know what I'm saying? Keep an open mind.
Issue with this whole thing is the lack of remorse, the lack of concern for the human life that works for them, and the absolute disgust.
And that's normal in almost all companies, and it sucks. And I hope it doesn't come off as me being tone deaf to at least me being the one to say it out loud. So at least people that aren't thinking about it can register that.
Of the way it's been handled, and also lack of empathy for their talent that they've thrown under the bus. That is my biggest issue.
What do you think is going to happen to their next talent that also speaks up?
Lack of empathy for the talent, lack of empathy for the talent that almost lost their life, and the absolute deflecting and just portraying yourself as a victim and throwing all the shit on others and all the responsibility on others instead of going forward, taking responsibility and protecting your talent. That is the biggest issue.
There's no accountability in Nijisanji. We know that. I know that.
I have with this entire post, and it is disgusting. I'm sorry. It is absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry. As I said, I don't care about the company. What I care about is my friends that have to suffer with this company. What I care about is my friend that attempted to take her own life, and the way shit was handled, instead of giving her proper care, is terminating her and disconnecting her, silently suspending her. What I care about is the fact that when she was terminated, all the blame for her mental health was pushed on the fucking talent in the company instead of the company taking fucking responsibility for what's going on. My problem with this fucking company is that they don't take responsibility for fucking anything at all, ever. They're just deflecting and blaming. I don't give a fuck who bullied her. I don't give a fuck if the management bullied her. It's the fact that we almost lost her, and she wasn't even given the proper care after it happened, and she was treated as a problem after it happened.
Brother, you're missing the point. What? Brother, you're missing the point because you're so angry and you care about Celine so much, brother. You're missing the point. What is the reason that made Celine want to do it? What made her want to do it? When she says she felt alone, her darkest time, she's being bullied by management and maybe even talent. And your response is, I don't care about the bullies. I care she almost took her life. How tone, like, I can't be the only one that can, like, and maybe he's just emotionally unstable. And I'm thinking, I'm saying that, bro, if you're emotionally unstable and you made this video RPR, take a break. Your friend is okay. Your friend is fine now. What about the other hostages? Okay? Like we got to treat this like some real life shit. Imagine this is a hostage situation. They sent one hostage out, Doki. She had a bag over her head. She was beat up a little bit. Fine. What about the other hostages in the building? What about them? How are we going to help them? Because lighting the building on fire that they're still in, I don't think is a good resolution. And closing your ears to everything else and just say, oh, what about her? What about her? Does not help everybody. It doesn't help the most amount of people. Let's say that. If we're going to be like morally grounding and morally standing by, hey, someone almost lost their life. Okay, she never lost her life, but let's say tomorrow somebody does because they're so tired, because they're still upset, because they're emotionally unstable as well, because they don't have any help in that company. Instead of saying, hey, maybe we should give a voice to them, at least let them try and say something. You know, whenever they do speak, listen, give them the support they need. It's like, oh, I don't care about the company, blah, blah, blah. Like, then you're trying, I ain't gonna put words in your mouth. But when I hear shit like that, it basically sounds like, hey, the person I care about is fine. I care about my friends, but I don't understand. I don't know how to help them. That's what I hear. I don't know how to help them. And I'm here to explain that you guys can help them by being patient. You guys did everything you did. I think the revolution at this point, you guys did everything y'all needed to do. Let's see. Niji Sanji stocks, bro. I've been looking this up so many times. Let's see. In 5 days. Let's see. You guys did a lot. Okay. This is definitely gonna hurt them. And especially if it stays down here, like by the next week, I say you guys don't need to make it go down even more. Because if it goes down even more, we start getting budget cuts. People start losing jobs. Okay. Next thing you know, hey, we have no hope for the EM branch. We're gonna close everything down. right? That's the last thing we want. So everyone, try and keep a calm head, okay?
And removed from the company. And then on top of that, to make things worse, everyone else was blamed. Just put the
That's
fuck.
normal.
Just think about it. You almost lost your talent, and your response was to act like she didn't exist,
Yes.
and then terminate her.
Yes. So what do you think's gonna happen to the rest of them?
Where is
especially if they speak up? Where's the accountability?
Concern for human life? Doki's first.
They don't have that in black companies. That's the point.
Post was literally, "I will not be silenced anymore," which directly implies that they were silencing her after she almost lost her life. Where
Yes. Normally you silence someone before you take their life.
is the concern for her well-being? I have
don't
not seen
care.
an ounce of concern for her
They
or
don't
other
care.
livers. An ounce. Nothing. Zilch. Zero.
Nada.
All I see is the concern for their reputation in their shitty ass fucking post. That's all I see is their concern for their reputation. We almost lost a fucking...
I think is that why everybody keeps saying that in the comment section? Because RPR keeps harping on this one thing. Okay, this is later on in the day.
I avoided streaming yesterday because I was just so pissed yesterday, and I didn't want the fucking drama on stream, so I wouldn't stream today instead. But I'm still fucking pissed, man. I have Jesus knocking my fucking door again. The positive thing is that she's out. We have to think positively. However, why are you fucking focus up, bitch? But I don't give a fuck. I do think the fucking company needs to be held accountable for the way they fucking disregarded her life. I don't care. Like, chat, as someone, as a pro player who's been through this shit so many times, I know how difficult it is to be in the public image and how mentally fucked up it is. As someone whose favorite streamer has literally committed suicide, I know how fucking
RIP Trainwrecks.
terrible life can get on this aspect. And the fact that there's people out there that can help you, your literal fucking company that holds you, that can fucking help you in these situations, and they choose not only to not help you, but further hinder you after you already reached a fucking point of no return. It's like they almost trying to fucking, like, they don't care to a point that even if she died, they wouldn't give a fuck. It's insane.
Of course. Of course. Yes. 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 Exactly. And I need you guys to understand this. Understand this. These companies do not care about you. They do not care. They do not care. And if you die, as long as you die quietly, they're happy. If you die a martyr or something like that, they will be all over it and try and control it, bro. You guys got to look at the powers that be. Okay, we're in a big ass game of chess, and a lot of you guys are running around like fucking pawns out here when y'all need to stand by like the knights you're supposed to be. You wait for your knighthood, and then you move at an angle, and you don't stop moving at an angle, because if you keep going straight forward, you might just get chopped off at the front line.
That no one cares. Like, how do you guys...
No one will care once you get chopped off at the front line, by the way. You're just a pawn. You're not a knight or a rook or a bishop or...
Not care. How do you not care? I don't give a fuck about the company. I don't give a fuck about them. What I give a fuck about is that they don't care about a human life. They've made it so apparent that they don't give a fuck. It's fucking ridiculous. In this fucking post, absolute fucking disgust. They should delete this fucking post while they still can, man. Because not only do you not care, you throw your entire fucking roster under the fucking fire. It's fucking pissed, man. It's like almost like we're ignored. Like I understand that people are mad. I understand that people are mad at the company. They're calling it black company and this and that. But I feel like a lot of people overlook what just fucking happened. Is the fact that someone...
No, I think you're underlooking what's happening. I think you're underlooking. Someone almost lost their life. Almost. They didn't. But other people could lose their lives still. There are still people that are in danger right now, right? There are people in danger right now, but you don't see that because you're worried about someone that's no longer in danger. See what I'm saying? I don't think y'all get it. I don't think y'all get it.
Almost fucking died, and the biggest concern in the entire thing is if this is a black company and what's going to happen to its reputation. No, the biggest concern should be what the fuck is going on with the person that almost fucking died. Why are we silencing the person that clearly had enough and reached the limits of her mental, and we're silent suspensioning her, and we're silencing her, and then we're terminating her? Why? That's what I care about. I literally don't care about the company. What I care about is my friend's fucking life, and the way she's been treated after she had an attempt on her life was disgusting. There was no care for her. I mean, you guys heard her voice tweet on Doki. She was still fucking crying by the time she made the fucking voice tweet. Has anyone ever wondered, like, what the fuck was she going through this 1 month that she was silenced, that she couldn't talk to anyone, that she could...
You hear yourself?
Going through this 1 month that she was silenced, that she couldn't talk to anyone, that she couldn't contact anyone, she couldn't say anything that happened to her, she couldn't tell her fans that she's okay. Does anyone wonder what was going on that month to her in her mental space?
Right now, what do you think Aya Amari feels? What do you think Luca Kaneshiro feels? What do you think Vervin think people that are still there feels? And at Alouette, Billy Parfait, whether we know who the bullies are or not, how do you think these people, right? How do you think Inanna Ryugu feels? How do you think Alira Pandora feels? How do you think Ike Evelyn feels? right? These people all are still there and they can't say anything, or their job is potential. Now, I think it's just their job because Nijisanji can't even really properly punish people for anything. They're too inept, they're too incompetent. And imagine still being there, seeing that they don't care about you. And obviously they don't care about you. But still, there's gonna be those that are still there that hold on to hope, like, no, they just didn't care about her. They care about me though. They care about me though. It's like, honestly, this situation is way trickier than it looks because all we're seeing is like we're only seeing a couple points of view, but the points of view that really matter at the end of the day are the people that are still there. They're still there and they can't really do anything, and they have to carry on like everything's normal, right? Yesterday I saw Eno Alouette do her stream with Kyo, and it's like they got to pretend everything's. How stressful do you think that is? I couldn't even imagine it. Couldn't even imagine it.
After what just fucking happened, it is repulsing. And then they terminate her out of nowhere with not even telling her that they're doing it. They just terminate her, delete all of her fucking shit, all of her memories, all of her hard work off the internet. And she was lucky that she was awake in the moment.
Yeah. I think RPR brother, you're mad, and I understand it. I think you need to channel that anger and like focus it a little bit more because I get why you guys are upset and I get why you guys keep commenting someone almost lost their life. But you guys need to move on from Doki. You see there she's smiling. She is good. What about everyone else?